My name is Ian Peatey. I'm a certified trainer and have been since 2008.
Hello, I'm Kathleen Macferran, and I welcome you to the IIT in Poland of March in 2024.
Hello, I'm Plesner. I am one of the trainers at the Polish IIT 2024.
Hi, my name is Rzewuska-Paca, and I'm delighted to be part of a beautiful group of trainers for this incoming IIT in Poland.
I am walking around here in a beautiful park in the beautiful city of Chernihiv in northern Ukraine.
I'm in Italy at the moment, having just returned from an IIT in Turkey.
This behind is Kampinoski National Park, which is a beautiful forest right outside of Warsaw.
Before I moved to Romania, I lived in Poland for 15 years. So a part of my heart is still in Poland. For me, it was a country of huge transformation.
And once again, I'm always amazed what it is like when a group of international people gather together to figure out how can we create a world where violence is not the answer to how we deal with conflict. And this incredible opportunity to look at the deep pain that we sometimes carry generation to generation, the historical pain that's passed down, the trauma. How do we decide what we're going to do with what we've inherited?
What really supports me and sustains me is connection to nature. And this is actually also what I love about nonviolent communication, because it's more than a set of tools, which are very practical too, by the way, but it's a philosophy, it's a deep practice that supports me to connect to my true nature, to what's my essence, to what's inside me, and also the nature, this true nature in other people around me.
I have several years of experience in using NVC in real-life physical violent conflicts, also with people that have never heard about NVC, maybe in particular with people that never heard about NVC.
And I first came across NVC in 2001. I had the privilege of meeting Marshall and working with Marshall a few times over the years. And NVC has really changed my life in many, many ways. My work, my intimate relationships, my family relationships, my friendships. It's my relationship to money, my relationship to myself. Pretty much every aspect of my life and how I live my life has been transformed by NVC.
Nonviolent communication isn't just a theory. It's a practical set of tools, things that are learnable and applicable to daily life. And so the hope is that 9 days of immersion with a community where we're practicing continually, one can then walk home and bring practical, usable skills back, changing our lives and changing the lives of those around us.
One of the questions that was asked by Marshall Rosenberg, the founder of Nonviolent Communication, was, what makes you alive? And this is the question that I really love exploring. I'm curious what comes up for you when you hear this question. What makes you alive? And nonviolent communication is about finding out what makes us alive and connecting to this inside us, but also with other people, and connecting beyond what we believe, beyond what we think, you know, beyond, I don't know, political ideas, opinions, you know, all of that divides us. This approach really brings us to shared humanity so that we can live what makes us alive together.
I'm learning NVC as a way to achieve some other things, to achieve a deeper connection with myself and with others, for example. I never want to lose sight of it as being that, and not to become so focused on, you know, is it NVC or is it not NVC? Am I doing it right? Is it working? Is it not working? I find these questions may be useful at a certain point in learning, but I really want to focus on practical application of NVC, to live it, to breathe it in a natural, authentic way.
Peace is possible. It can be done. I work with schoolyard bullying, domestic violence, violent protest, and regional and national physical violent conflict. From that work, I have learned that all conflicts are basically unique and identical at the same time. People, places, social spheres are different and unique, but the underlying mechanics of driving violent conflicts are identical, and so is the path toward restoring peace and reconciliation.
NVC is about needs. It's about what matters to us and what matters to all of us, but what also matters to us personally. And most of us lost touch with what really matters to us, and it's so difficult to recognize our needs. I will be sharing with you how you can connect to your needs through your body, how you can listen to your body to find out what is really calling, what is the longing there in a difficult situation or in a pleasant situation.
Part of the nonviolent communication journey that I particularly love is that I came to nonviolent communication because of pain, like so many people do. But I've stayed because of joy. I find that it's a way to live where I live in integrity with my values, and I become stronger and more capable to serve family, friends, community. And that brings me a great deal of joy. So I welcome you to join me.
One of the things that guides me in my work is something I very clearly remember hearing from Marshall, was he said, we learn NVC so we don't need NVC. And I love that. It's a means to an end. It's a means to connection. It's a means to a deeply fulfilling life where we're meeting our needs, we're meeting other people's needs.
At this IIT, I dedicate myself to support participants in becoming peacemakers in their life. In their social spheres, this is my purpose and my devotion as a certified trainer at the Polish IIT 2024. Hope to see you there.
So one thing that we will be exploring during this IIT in Poland, March 2024, is how we can identify and dissolve these barriers to open-hearted giving and receiving, so that we can enjoy life more together.
So it's an opportunity to realize and grieve that the kind of world that we live in is not at all the kind of world that we want to pass on to our children. It's an opportunity to look at what's our alternative? How can we really create spaces where the needs of all people matter? And how can we create spaces where our children can thrive? The spaces where we no longer turn to violence for the answers. And there are alternatives. Please join me for this IIT, and we can together explore what are those alternatives and what do they look like in your particular parts of the world, in your cities, in your families, in your towns.
And I hope it will be very inspiring for you and very supportive for you in your efforts to create more peace, harmony, cooperation in the world you work and live in. So hope to see you.